Greetings and salutations, Greek students. We continue our study of Biblical Greek by turning to Lesson 25 of N. Clayton Croy's Primary Biblical Greek, where he introduces us to more examples of third-declension nouns and third-declension adjectives. So the good news about this is, if you're keeping track, we're not learning any new grammar. We're still talking about nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. We're just adding another layer to what we already know when it comes to these third-declension nouns. So let's take a look at what these actually look like. So we've already seen three types of third-declension nouns back all the way in Lesson 17. So it's been a while. We know these. We're aware of these. Soma, sarx, archon. If you recall, we learned these endings, particularly the ones associated with ruler here: archon, archontos, archonti, archonta, archontes, archonton, archusin, archontas, because they look quite similar to some of the endings that we see on those present active participles. So that's when we were first introduced to these third-declension nouns. Now we add this new set associated with the noun race, genos, or genos, race, genus, gene, genos, gene, genon, genesin, gene. Notably, in these neuter third-declension nouns, you can see that the nominative and the accusative are the same, right? We come to expect that with these neuter nouns in the nominative and accusative, both in the singular as well as in the plural. We also are going to learn basileus, king. So we've learned basileia, those one of those first-declension nouns, kingdom, but basileus, king, basileos, basilei, basileia, basileis, basileon, basileusin, basileis. These are more third-declension nouns. The word city, he, polis, feminine word, paleos, pale, palin, pales, paleon, palesin, pales. So these are the third-declension nouns. So everything we know about how cases work, nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, still apply. Nominatives are still subjects, genitives are still possessive, datives are still indirect objects, and accusatives are still direct objects, or the object of the subject of the infinitive, as we've learned these new forms of the cases. But it's still the same information. Not a lot that's new. One thing that will really help you is to pay attention to not only the nominative form, but also the definite article to help you guide you to, okay, what's my case? Notably, all neuter forms of third-declension have the same nominative and accusative forms: soma, genos, etc. So that's all we're doing in this lesson. We'll spend some time looking at these in the wild in our next video, but this isn't wildly different than something we should expect. We're just adding to what we already know here in Lesson 25 and getting a chance to review how some of these sentences are translated, as we've recently learned some of these new verb forms, particularly thinking about more information about the infinitive and, of course, the subjunctive. So these are the added third-declension nouns of N. Clayton Croy's Lesson 25. And these are obviously examples. There are other third-declension nouns that fit in with beyond just genos, basileus, and polis, but it's more of this these examples of these third-declension nouns which follow this pattern. Verb nouns like pistis, faith, nouns like, which declines quite like polis, all these other third-declension nouns, and that's going to be all the different types that we see.